Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. This is to protect the treble. The treble was in danger, and we had to act. That's why we sacked Nagelsmann, because we felt we could win the treble, win every trophy, and it was in danger, and we sacked a young, highly performing manager to win the treble. Well, now I got to defend this team. Today is me. I am Jose Mourinho. Boys, set up in a back five. The smoke is coming. The rival fans on this channel, not even our rivals. There's City fans, there's Chelsea fans, there's Madrid fans, there's Barcelona fans. Dog, I put my life on the line for this team. I believed in the ability of us winning the treble under Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann, in my eyes, was on the verge of greatness, and we sacked him. Why did we sack Nagelsmann? To protect the treble, which we can no longer win unless, of course, the DFL Super Cup is part of the treble. Then maybe we can win the Champions League, and we won the Super Cup at the beginning of the season, which is a glorified friendly, to be honest. And then maybe that's what it is. Maybe the real treble is the UEFA Super Cup. Yes, no, man. This board sacked Nagelsmann because they felt the treble was in danger. Okay, and they also said we dropped 10 points at some point in the season. Yeah, we dropped 10 points. But I think they're misunderstanding. Okay, first of all, we had a lot of new players, right? So that, they had to adapt. The Lit had to adapt. A lot of players had to adapt. We were playing a different system. And, okay, it's not like we kept dropping points, though. We improved at very important points. We beat Barcelona. Inter didn't concede a goal against them. Beat PSG, didn't concede a goal. The only team we've conceded against is Victoria Pilsen. Well, I know for a damn fact we're going to concede against Man City next week. But I would have been confidently saying maybe we won't concede against City because Nagelsmann just has that dark magic power with him. Right? Do you guys genuinely believe Nagelsmann? It's not like Nagelsmann wouldn't have lost his game. Like, I'd be disingenuous if I was to claim that. He could have lost his game. But why do we sign Tuchel if Nagelsmann if Tuchel doesn't beat City, then it's like we sacked Nagelsmann to win the exact same trophy we knew he was going to win. The league was not in danger. No one believed Dortmund was going to beat us. And it's not like the game against Dortmund was like some spectacle of Tuchel's masterclass. No, Dortmund just they aren't good. They're not great. So now there's either Dortmund or Leipzig that's going to win that cup, dependent on who wins tomorrow. And we're back to this stupid position, back to this stupid conversation. And isn't it annoying to anyone else? Is it not irritating to anyone else that we sack the coach just to lose? Like, isn't it crazy to you? We were unbeaten in our home game, in like 20-something home games, while we've been beaten at home in the most important competition. Well, one of the most important competitions. The Pokal is hard to win. It builds confidence. If we win this game, we go to City with the knowledge that we went through adversity and beat Freiburg. But now we lost it. We go to City like, we can lose. We lost at home. It's not a fortress. We had 75. Those players have to be ashamed of themselves. There were moments where they should have won that. But guys, it's not even like we deserved to win it. Like, no, whoever won it deserved it. If we scored in the last minute, we deserved it because we tried. If Freiburg scored, they deserved it because they defended well for a lot of the game. And we didn't create enough. Like, no one thoroughly deserved any, clear, direction in this game. It was a game I thought 100% heading to penalties. And people are probably going to blame Musiala. Notice how I haven't even brought it up because it's not like we were winning the game in terms of chances created before the penalty happened. It was just a freak situation. Tuchel took off Goretzka, which was a risk, which led us to more counterattacking moments, which eventually led to that handball. Like, you see how small changes in games can affect the big picture? That's why you don't take a midfielder out against a team like Freiburg's a good team. Freiburg is a really good team. Christian Streich is a good manager. You don't think he realized, okay, Bayern just brought on Mane for Goretzka. They're going to attack more. And then he told his team, let's sit back more and hit him on the counter with long balls. Upa had a yellow card. Mane, that bum, came on and collected more freaking elbows to someone's head than Conor McGregor and Khabib in a fight. Dog, he did the same thing twice. Couldn't read the room. I don't know, man. That guy's so washed. Sané was frustrating. I think Sané should have scored today. He should have. Like, should have chipped the goalkeeper, whatever you got to do. You got to do it. Because it's a Freiburg game. You don't get to make pretty passes when you really should be shooting and then, tap it in. You don't get to walk the ball into their net. Some might say Muller missed an open net, but I don't see it that way. It was more of a snapshot, and then it was a clearance off the line, but the player was already there. It was a hard goal to score because it was just so fast, but a player of Muller's quality, maybe you'd expect him to score that. But apart from that, like, what other chances did we have in this game? Kingsley Coman's crossing. This guy's not a Christian. He's a Buddhist or something, because this guy can't cross. Over and over and over again, he was just hitting nobody or crossing it to Cancelo on the other side. And it wasn't like intentional. It was completely by accident. Coman does not have the ability to cross. And period. That's it. It's utterly stupid and unfair to say Tuchel has to win the treble, or it's a failure. Thomas Tuchel comes here, loses in the Champions League. It's a failure because the whole point of sacking Nagelsmann was because we thought those trophies were in danger. It is a failure if we gave him a 2-year contract. Do you know why we gave Tuchel a 2-year contract? So that when we probably inevitably sack him, the payout, or what's it called? The payoff clause. It's called the termination clause. It wouldn't mean anything. Like, it's going to be like $2 million. It's not going to be anything crazy. That's why we sacked Nagelsmann. So because we thought the treble was in danger because the performances weren't there. But now we have just gone and lost. And I'm not blaming Tuchel 100%, but don't take off Goretzka against Freiburg. Aren't some bums. At least go to penalties. But Freiburg aren't bums. You don't take off Goretzka when we need to keep the midfield battle. But then what did that lead to with Mane coming in and being a bum? It's like if you took off Goretzka and brought on Gravenberch, someone with better ball retention, that's probably better for us. But he took off Goretzka and brought on a bum who just got a yellow card. Mane came on and collected yellows. He should have gotten a red card, really, because that's a blatant, like, he headbutted a dude. Bruh, he headbutted a dude. At least Zidane did it because he was fighting for the honor of his family. Mane just did it because he's a freaking headless chicken. Bruh, it's crazy. So, yes, Tuchel came here because we felt we could win every trophy. And we felt he was a manager that could do it with the experience that he has. And he didn't. He didn't. This board sacked a manager that had not lost at home in God knows how many games, that hadn't lost in the Champions League this season at all, despite playing PSG, Barcelona, Inter. That is not an easy feat. Where everyone's acting like Nagelsmann didn't. Yes, the first leg against Barcelona, 45 minutes, they kind of came at us, but he changed it and we got better. But there was problems with Nagelsmann. But all I'm saying is, why do we sack him if we were going to lose the treble anyways? Because if Nagelsmann had lost his game, does he get sacked? Yes. Tuchel doesn't deserve my time because he came in here and took my crackhead coach away from me, man. Tuchel don't deserve my time. Look, I never wanted him here, but I'm not saying Tuchel out. All I'm saying is, yes, it's a failure if he doesn't win the Champions League. Because we didn't bring him here because we thought we were going to lose the Bundesliga. Like, and by the way, we could still lose that based on this performance. Hope not. Come on. Yeah, they did park the bus, and their goal was a wonder goal. We were so boring to watch. See, do you see exactly what I'm saying here? We played like this with Nagelsmann and without. I would argue he wouldn't take off Goretzka and try to win. He'd be more pragmatic, which would have been better for this team today because Freiburg is a good team. Respect Christian Streich, man. One of the best managers in this league consistently. If he had more money, he'd be a good coach. Like he could build an Atletico Madrid-esque club. I'm irritated, man. We haven't won this Pokal since 2020, though. That's crazy. Well, and see, here's the point with this loss. We're playing Freiburg again. Tell me it's at home. If we're going to spank them. But we're playing Freiburg again, boys. It's away that time. Okay, away on Saturday. If we don't win that game, I just know Pep Guardiola is just him and his small little pee-pee, just bone hard, because he's just thinking, I know what to do. I know what to do. You wouldn't believe it. I know what to do against Bayern Munich. God, man, Pep's gonna be so happy. He's gonna say City's gonna park the bus like Freiburg did. They had 32% possession. Possession don't mean anything without penetration. Possession without penetration is masturbation. That's what it is. You have to possess the ball and do something with it. The attack was frustrating today. Choupo was our best player. Why did he take off Choupo? Is Choupo injured? Because that's another big point. He took off Choupo, who was linking play. Choupo was connecting to everyone like a Wi-Fi connection with no password. Anyone could log into Choupo's network. If Choupo's not injured, if he didn't twist his back, then taking him off today was one of the worst mistakes you could have made because Choupo was the reason our attack at least had some life. He shouldn't have taken off Choupo, and he brought on Gnabry, of all people. Here's what he needs to do from now on. Don't bring on Mane just because he's earning 20 million. Don't bring on Gnabry just because he's earning 17 million. Oh, wow, we pay a lot of bums a lot of money, man. Our best players don't even earn that much. Musiala's on like what, 10 million? Actually, no. I think he's still on his 2020 renewal contract. So probably like 5 million. Davies is on like 10 million. I don't. Come on, man. Sacking Nagelsmann, in my eyes, is still a mistake. Nagelsmann was sacked with the highest or second highest points per game out of all the other managers that were sacked. The only manager with a higher points per game when they were sacked was Stanojevic, and he was a manager at, I don't even know, some random club. Rafael Benitez is fifth with 2.24 points a game. Nagelsmann at 2.38 points a game. A lot of our squad liked Nagelsmann. The fans, of course, felt a connection to him because he was a Bayern fan, just like us. We sacked him to bring in Tuchel because the treble was in danger, and now we won't win the treble because we just lost the cup. You can't lose a game like this. So if we play Freiburg in the league and draw, because bro, it could happen, right? It's not impossible to think we could draw against Freiburg because they're going to be confident in their own stadium, and then Dortmund wins. Dog, we beat Dortmund for no reason because Dortmund plays Union. If they beat Union's a tough game though. To be fair, see now I'm hoping Union win because we can't be losing the Bundesliga because we're crap. I don't mind losing if other teams are just that good. But Dortmund ain't great. If we draw to Freiburg and Dortmund win, we're in trouble again. We're back. So you gonna sack Tuchel to protect the Champions League then? Like, because maybe that's the logic. So we can't lose to City. We can't. We got it. We have to. I don't get. Yes, it's part of it. We sacked my favorite, not one of my favorite Bayern coaches. I like Nagelsmann, man. I criticized him for being a crackhead a lot because he was our crackhead though. Like he would make terrible decisions and then great decisions. He was, you took the good with the bad, but he was our crackhead. You know when you're a mother and your son's just the disgrace of the family, and he's coming home with fentanyl and drugs, weed and opioids. Yeah, you hate him, but he's still your son. You know what I'm saying? He's still your son, so you gotta love him a little bit. You gotta love that crack. That's what I felt with Nagelsmann. But now we're out here. If we lost to Freiburg against Nagelsmann or with Nagelsmann, I'd be saying the same thing I'm saying now about Tuchel. Wait, no, I wouldn't. I'm biased against Tuchel. I've always called them Tuchel band. My entire Twitter feed about Tuchel is just him being a terrorist coach, and we hired him. See, I'm going to back Tuchel to win against Pep, but it wouldn't surprise me if we're out of the Champions League too. And everyone might be like, but Nagelsmann would have. But how do you know that? Hindsight. Nagelsmann beat Barcelona, beat PSG. Like, if we can't beat City, when just 2-3 weeks ago we were favorites. Most people were putting us ahead, saying we'll win. Tuchel. I already said Tuchel was going to be sacked around January, February next year, anyways. He don't last long at clubs, does he? He's not a long laster. Hey, Detroit Rock City. Can't blame Tuchel. Players didn't finish chances. We didn't have chances. What are you talking about? We had about 2 chances. I don't remember any other, like, in front of goal score. We didn't have that many chances. Man, Nagelsmann is talking with Chelsea. Talks are ongoing and positive. Things are looking good for Nagelsmann, but no final decision. Imagine Chelsea hires Nagelsmann. I would cry, man. I would cry. Khan and Salihamidzic said our objectives were in danger and they had to do something. They better get interviewed. Oliver Kahn needs to take accountability. Because, dog, you can't say our objectives, which was to win the treble, was in danger. We had to protect those objectives. And then we lose. I'm not the one saying it. It's Kahn that said it. He's the one that said, we want to win this. We want to win this. Like, he's the one that said that. Quit emailing me, man. It's an annoying time to be getting emails. If Bayern loses to City, then Kahn is to blame? Yeah. Don't blame Tuchel. Blame the board. Well, I kind of blame Tuchel for, one, bringing Mane on, that bum. 2, what's wrong with me? So now 2 would be taking Goretzka off. And then the big one was probably taking Choupo-Moting off. In my eyes, Choupo was holding the ball up in tight regions. That's the beautiful thing, right? There was like 3 center backs around him, and he was just holding the ball. And he was making sure getting others into play was his first goal. And when we lost Choupo, Mullah's not a striker. So we had the inability to keep the ball in that region for prolonged periods of time. and Chupo just occupying center backs was needed, especially in a game that gets this intense at the end. We knew it was going to get intense. So taking off Chupo was a mistake. What he should have maybe done, take off Muller, bring on Musiala, switch, I don't know, take Pavard off, bring on Davy. Bro, it's so many options, so many things you could do. Take Pavard off, bring on Davies, move Cancelo to the right back. And instead of bringing Mane on, you have Davies, who's actually, one, good at dribbling, two, can make a final pass. And the width was our best, parts of the game, right? We had the most success from the width. And we had a lot of crossing opportunities. How many crosses did Kingsley have today? But because he's not a good crosser, but imagine if it was Cancelo on the right wing making those crosses. But Cancelo was inverted. He inverted Cancelo. Cancelo was playing like a midfielder. Goretzka would sometimes be playing like a left back. Like he would move out wide and Cancelo would move in. And I know why. It was to isolate our wingers with their fullbacks because maybe that was a point of weakness for Freiburg. But it clearly wasn't working because whenever Kingsley would get through their fullback, the cross was always bad. So why don't you move Cancelo back to his position, take Pavard out because he's not some special treatment individual we have to take care of. Take Pavard, move him to Jan Sommer dived the complete wrong direction. Yeah, Cancelo putting in crosses that Kingsley Coman would have been way better. And overlapping Kingsley. Pavard didn't overlap Kingsley. So Kingsley could only cross. He couldn't just, turn around and pass it to someone in a better position to make a better cross. So Davies and Sané would have cooked way better than Davies and inverted Goretzka and or outverted, whatever you call it. Like Goretzka was sometimes hugging the touchline because Cancelo came inside. And then you bring on Musiala. You could have started the game the way you did, but second half, you got to change it because we will need to play a lot of crosses in. You got to cause chaos in games like this. You can't, beautifully play your way through. So now we made that decision. Or not now. Tuchel. And for that, he's at fault. And Pavard, right back, ain't it. Right center back in a back three, yeah, sure. He gives you something. But he's not a capable right back. Even if his role is to be like a third center back, it ruins our attack. Because now one full back is here. That means our attacks are almost exclusively focused where Cancelo is. And people might say, well, he was resting players. This ain't the game to rest players if you really want to win it. You can't be, he didn't rest anyone really. He only rested Davies. So, and you got to just start with Musiala off the bat. I'm just sick, man. I'm sick of this. Why me, man? Why do I have to take the smoke? Now I got to go to the gym. There's a dude that watches me. And there's friends that I got. Now I got to have conversations. Now I got to talk about a loss. Now I got to pretend I want to defend Tuchel. And people might call me stupid. I have never rated Tuchel as a manager. I'm not going to start now. I think his system is he's an elite coach for sure, but not my cup of tea. Just not me. I don't have to rate him just because he coaches us, but I will give him the opportunity to beat Man City next week because we can't lose to City because I don't trust this team to come back from a 2-0 deficit. We have to either draw or win against City at the Etihad. That's the only way this works. We can't go get clapped 3-0. And City are in this incredible form, and I don't care. All right? It's the Champions League, different environment. Players are motivated differently. He has to pick his best 11. Hope Mazraoui comes back, plays at right back instead of Pavard. Why didn't Mazraoui just play at right back off the start the other week after the international break? Well, he's injured now and he's out for a few days. But just play him because he's better than Pavard at right back. He's better. He's faster. Defensively, you can say Pavard wins more headers, but Mazraoui reads the game just as well as Pavard does. Defensively. We don't have to play this. It's not Pavard's fault. I'm not placing. I'm just saying Pavard is never going to be an elite right back, right? He can be a okay right center back in a back three. But why, if you're playing a back four, play Cancelo there. Like, play him there. Because now we got this Davies. Play Davies. Like, we don't have to drop Davies. We know his quality. He can come into a game and change it. Or at least bring him on. There was just, you brought on Mane and Gnabry, dog. Gnabry and Mane, these hideous twins. How can two twins be so hideous? All right. Well, all right. Well, I'm annoyed, but I wonder how Julian Nagelsmann's feeling. Dude, why does YouTube keep restricting the monetization off my videos, man? That's messed up. And then it's going to take him a week to just say, oh, your video is fine. Sorry. We lied. The video's all right. It's annoying, man. But boys and girls, I gotta go. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Turn on those notifications. I don't think I'll do a watch along for the second game against Freiburg this weekend because I don't wake up at 7:30 a.m. I will do a match reaction. I think I should be able to, unless I get busy. But I should do it after the game because I'm gonna sleep through the game, watch it on my own time when it's not 7 a.m. in the morning. So, oh, by the way, we had 2 million views on this channel. So, wow, that is a lot, man. I appreciate you guys so much. 2 million views, dude. That's crazy. Also, you don't have to, but it's available. You can become a member on the channel. So that's you can join the Club Ultras and get special badges and comments read out. Yeah, man. Oh, follow at Bayern or at Now Bayern on Twitter. And also Bayern Papa. Follow the page on Twitter, man. I'm trying to get more involved on Twitter. All right. Tuchel says Freiburg scored 2 goals from 2 shots. Well, yeah. I can't remember another chance for them. We had good moments, but always miss something. The last pass, the right decision, precision. Okay. Dang, he knows what he's talking about because he's right. They defended very deep and we couldn't keep putting pressure on them. Okay. We took the lead, then had 2 to 3 big chances. Yes. The one with Thomas and Sané's. I think Sané should have, tried to go over the goalkeeper. But he's right. 2 to 3 2 chances, not 3. I don't remember a third one. So he's right. Muller was the big one. In the end, we only have ourselves to blame. That's true. Being eliminated from the quarterfinals at home, of course, huge disappointment. Tuchel on whether he bears responsibility for the defeat. Of course, we win together and lose together. It's true that we, the coaching staff, didn't have much time, but I'm responsible. Now we have to analyze what went wrong and prepare for Saturday. Things go on. Okay. Oh, okay. I agree. I agree with Tuchel, man. I agree with his analysis. I'm glad he took accountability. I'm sure he knows it was a stupid decision to take off Chupo when he was our most, when it comes to final pass and holding the ball, precision, he was holding the ball correctly. So Chupo should have just stayed on. Goretzka shouldn't have been taken off because we would have at least given ourselves a chance to defend better throughout the game and maybe not, have that moment with Musiala's penalty because Musiala shouldn't be in the box, right? We should be attacking Freiburg. But because we had one less man in midfield, it was Cancelo and Kimmich trying to hold the line, it just led to that moment. So, wait, how did we was it a corner or I feel like it was a set piece, but no, it had to have been a corner. But anyways, thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, San Mia, and peace. In the end, the board is to blame. Yeah, maybe don't blame Tuchel because the guy's just here because the board appointed him. Blame the board. if we don't win the Champions League and the Bundesliga, blame the board. If we win the Champions League, then masterclass. Brazo masterclass. Shouldn't have doubted you, King.